Hey guys, and welcome to Hyro's Dark Souls live playthrough. In the last part we cleared up Sif, and after that I teleported just using the bonfire there, warped to the Chaos Witch Quelag, and now we're, unfortunately, back in Blighttown once again. I've equipped the Rusted Iron Ring, which is the one we got from the Asylum Demon, which is now going to let me walk full speed in the Blighttown spots, which is good. So I'll show you in a minute why we've come to this place. Just going to need to head back this way. And you can sort of see like a figure over in the distance. Just cash, leaning against the water wheel. I'm just going to clear up these couple of enemies first so they don't annoy us. That guy out of the way. Just in case, we'll clear this guy up too. I'm going to go right ahead and cure that poison. And these flies. Let's see if we can get them. Alright, after doing that. Now, this mysterious character here is Shiva of the East, as far as I know. And to get him to spawn down here in Blighttown, you need to join the Cat Covenant in the forest, which I did just earlier in the last video. And you need to make sure you have no sins. And sins are from when you break a covenant by joining another one without going to the preacher where the gargoyles were, or if you kill an NPC, etc, etc, etc. So if you have got any sins, you just need to make sure you clear them first, otherwise this guy isn't going to spawn. So
hello, strange to meet, but what
this guy here, after you've joined those, actually sells a lot of like unique weapons. So you got the stone greatsword, which is pretty awesome, shotels which hit around block, which is cool, the Uchigana, and the washing pole, which is what someone wanted me to use. So I'm just going to have a quick look and see what we need. So we need 20 strength and 16 dex, that's doable. So we're going to go right ahead and buy that one, and just have a look, get your Wolverine claws going on, demon spears, and that seems like a pretty shocking ring. I'm sure it has some sort of use. So after doing that,
I see.
Unfortunately we're going to want to kill this guy, which is going to cause us some sins, but that's alright. Now he should have, seen here, mysterious assassin friend, which is the one we're after. Killing him is going to net us a nice ring, so we'll go ahead and just get right into it.
You have guts to turn on us. Have a look at my sword.
So I just need to be careful here because these guys do a lot of damage. Whoa. Alright, we're going to need to back up and heal. Stability should be alright. Didn't know the guy did pyromancies. So we'll just pop a quick heal. Keep up block. Frame rate here is not really doing me a solid either, so that guy out of the way. Just gotta watch out for Shiva's really, really big hits. And he's killed.
Don't you ever come back again.
I'll just sneakily blame that on the frame rate. Regardless, you should take your time and be careful. He's not really any sort of problem. So unfortunately I'm going to be a fair way back. I'm just going to warp to the witch and cut all that running out. Alright, so I've just cut that run out back. Unfortunately Shiva's actually despawned because he goes hostile. That's alright. He does drop a weapon, and that's probably it as far as I know. Probably just a few souls, but luckily we didn't need anything from it. These flies are really annoying me. Now this is where the ninja was before, and he's gonna give us his loot even though we died and whatnot, which is nice. And that's the ring we were looking for. Now while I'm in Blighttown, I'm actually going to show the spot that I use for farming, which I'm sure most of you know of, but I'm just going to clear that out of the way. So what you're going to want to do is have the Rusted Iron Ring, and also the boosts item discovery ring on for the farm, but just show off what we've got now. Havel's on. The ring we got from that ninja, what it does is if you're under 50% of your equipment load, instead of your normal roll, you're going to get these crazy flips, which actually, aside from looking incredibly awesome and covering a lot of distance, have a bigger invincibility frame, like in the middle when you're dodging, so it's a lot easier to dodge attacks and not get hit. But we're going to take that off and just put on things we need for this farm. So you're going to want the snake ring and the rusted irons ring. And we're just going to make sure we're not dead from this poison. And since we're trucking through the swamp, our best bet's probably to put on this gold head set, which increases your poison resistance and whatnot to a better sort of level. Alright, so we'll just chug an Estus. Now if you remember, there is a bonfire just around the corner here, so we're going to go ahead and rest at that. Use that later to walk back out. I wouldn't recommend coming down to this farming spot until you have the ability to warp, because it is quite a trek to get in and out. Not too bad. So anyway, what you're going to want to do is head out of this spot and just like right out into the swamp. We'll just clear this guy up. You can do this without the ring that lets you move freely. I've done it a few times for items that I've needed, but it's highly recommended because otherwise you're going to go quite slowly. Don't worry about getting poisoned and whatnot. It doesn't really do too much damage. Should be alright. So you're going to want to head over to these leeches, and these guys are really easy to kill. They can do a surprisingly little bit of damage if they hit you, like so. And they have a really high drop rate for large titanite shards, excuse me, and the green titanite shards as well, which you can use to make your weapon lightning and for upgrading armor and whatnot and things like that. Buying these shards outright is pretty expensive, so you know, you can do a few runs here and get a lot of them sorted out. So hopefully we get some drops. That's a good nerf. But you need to watch out for leeches. They'll sort of like glow in the middle if they have an item ready for you to drop. So they do a leaping attack. So see how that one's sort of got a glow going on? That means he's ready to go. So as you can see, a large titanite shard. And there is a lot of these leeches in here. So we're going to go right ahead and just get in there. And not hit anybody apparently. You gotta be careful if you have too many on you, because you don't have any poise that can sort of stun lock you. And one of them's dropped something there. So they drop green titanite shards by 5. So you're gonna get 5 every time you loot one from these guys, which is great. And we'll just clean out these guys here too. And get a bit of two-handed action. Yeah, there's an interesting weapon over there. Normally they drop a few more than that, but as you can see, like it's not too hard to kill them pretty quickly. And there's a few more over here, and then you can just head straight back to that bonfire, and of course the mobs will respawn, so you can do it again and again and again and again. However many times you need to do that. So we'll just clear out these few guys here. This guy. Not getting too many drops, unfortunately. But luckily enough, we don't really need too many. Because I'm not really doing any sort of farming on this character. But, you know, if you get stuck on a boss or whatever, it can be nice to take a little break, farm up some items, level up your armor a little bit more, get a few more points on your weapon or whatnot, make it a little bit easier. And then you can just head back to the bonfire back here to reset it. So now that we've got that ring, which is going to be very useful for this build, I'm going to be using that along with Havel to be able to wear some decently heavy armor with some poise and still dodge really quickly. Because as long as you're under 50% equipment load, you're going to be able to get those fast flips out. So we're just going to rest at this bonfire and then use it to walk back to the Firelink Shrine. one more thing we need to clear up first. Just wait for that one to load. Be nice to be able to scroll through the item descriptions. I like it when games have hints and things like that in those menus. You should always be able to skip through them. Also, something to note, if you talk to this guy again at a later point...
Oh, hello. Oh, pleased, as always.
Let's see. Oh, no. Once we've leveled up our pyromancy enough, or under some other circumstances, I think he'll ask if there's... He'll ask you a question about his master, I think, or something like that. He'll ask you if you've seen her in Blighttown. You're going to want to say no. If you say yes, he's going to go on a little journey and... Yeah, well... I won't say anything, but it's not good. So we're going to talk to this funny looking guy.
Ah, hello.
Skip through some of that text. And wait for the cutscene to load. Come on, Dark Souls, you can do it. This part's really weird for me. And by weird, I mean highly amusing. That can't be good for you. So he's going to gobble us up and then spit us out down here. In this sort of like underground passage. So we'll just skip whatever's left there. Now, behind this door is the area to the final boss of the game, which we can't head through yet. We're going to need to place the Lord Vessel in this sort of like ashed out bit of tree. And upon placing this Lord Vessel, we're going to unlock the areas to the bosses we need to clear to get to the end of the game. And each of the major bosses that we clear, we put their souls in the Lord Vessel, and then once they're all in there, that door's there, that cracked door up ahead, it's going to open up. That door looks similar to... Yeah, I'll bring it up later. Then you see it later in the game as well. It's just actually... Well, we'll talk about that at a later point. Also, resting at the Lord Vessel, it counts as a bonfire, and resting at it does give you 10 essences. Straight up, I think. So here you go, these are the passages we'd normally have to go through. This is the one we're going to be heading towards next, to the Duke's Archives. It's the one under the ceaseless discharge. And now we're going to rest. So yeah, this one does give you 10 essences, just like a Firelink Shrine, which is nice. And you can do all your wants nonsense and offer up souls to the Lord Vessel if we had killed any of the bosses. So I'm going to cut the video right here, and in the next one we're going to be warping to Anor Londo and starting some progress on the Duke's Archives. So that should be a lot of fun. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It hasn't been too monotonous. And tune in for the next one. See you later.